Here is, excuse me, Primary Arms 126 acss. This is the 308 version, 223, 308, and 545 by 39. And this is 1 power. That house that you can see inside of the scope is 300 yards away. This is from my porch. I'm in a covered area looking out into the sun. The optics are extremely clear. The most expensive scope that I've owned was a Bushnell XRS with a Horus 59, and I had absolutely fucking pissed off time with the zero stops. That scope was back to Bushnell for zero stop issues more than it was on the gun. But I've sold it. But from what I could remember as far as looking through that glass, this Primary Arms has exceptional glass. I mean, exceptional glass. Now, what I'm going to try to do is, whoops. Well, what I was wanting to do, if I can get this wedge back underneath it here, is take you through the, there we go, that should work. Take you through the power ring going from 1 to 6. But before I do, we're going to go backwards here. That is 11. That is the brightest setting. Let me see if I can set this up for you. That is the daytime bright setting. Now, I can only see what you see. I can't get behind it, but the daytime bright setting to the human eye, to my eye, is pretty bright. Now, I've only had this 3 days, I think. I have not mounted it and shot it. I have 34 mil rings on this LaRue LT104. The Primary Arms optic has a 30 mil tube. So I had to make some Kydex spacers to mount it up for this review, but I have not shot it yet. I think the field of view on 1 power is really nice. But let's leave it on 11 power. Well, let's turn it off. Now let's go through the power range. Here we have 2 power. Now we're going to get a tunneling effect. And there's just nothing I can do about that, I don't think. But as I zoom in, the field of view will get smaller and smaller, so you're just going to have to bear with me. I'll try to get you a picture of the house There we go. Focused. I focused it better. I'm doing this from an iPhone, so you just have to bear with me. That's 2 power. Here we are at 3. Okay, there's 3, 4. Now you see this tunneling effect. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get you in. You know, get a full view here, but there's 4, there's 5. And last but not least, 6. We're at full power. Let me see what I can do to get you a better picture of this. There we go. That is 6 power. Now, let me bring it back out. Let me change this. And that is 1 power again. So, let's see if I have it fixed now to go to six power. Except I could be off a little on that house. Gonna see if we can. There. It's really about the best. That I can do. Now, if I can do this without messing nothing up, again, you can see the quote-unquote highest daytime setting. It's extremely, it looks dull there, but to my eye, it's pretty bright. Don't know about Arizona sun bright, but pretty good. Now we'll bring it back one more time. And then we'll zoom the camera out just a shad. That's it. Again, I haven't shot it yet, but it is, as far as glass goes, it is pretty good. I really like the reticle, but again, I haven't shot it yet. Let's look at some more features of this scope, turrets to be exact. 1 second. Well, here we are on the messy bench for a part 2 to this video. Here is a turret, and I want you to be able to hear these clicks. Resistance is pretty good. Now, sometimes you get just that little bit of play. Mush. It's not mush. Just a bit of play. That could just be this one now. I bought this used. The guy used it for what he says 60 rounds. So, and then on this cap, there is a spare battery for your illumination. So all in all, for under 300 bucks, it's not a bad deal at all. The instructions, I'm not sure if you can get them as a PDF on the Primary Arms website, but the instructions tell you how to sight it in. I'll be using this optic on a 12.5 inch 308 build. So it says in the manual to sight the weapon in 1 inch high, and it lists the velocity in there if you're using 100 and I believe it's a 47 grain, and then I don't know if the other one was 168 or if it was 175 grain Match King. I can definitely read that to you in a second. The click value is half minute of angle at 100. And as a matter of fact, I'll remove the optic. And here's the box for you spec people. Second focal plane, 11 brightnesses, field of view at 100, 60-61, uses a CR2032. I have one in it already. The guy had, I guess, put one in it. He didn't know that it came with it, I guess. This is the only thing that kills me. 3-year warranty. And then, of course, the reticle itself, which you can pause this to read all of that. But if I can get this open, you can see the scope was in this bag, a bunch of packing material, and then your owner's manual. You also get the cleaning cloth. Set that off to the side. See if I can find the ballistic table. Ah, yeah, here's the chart. It's the 168 SMK. You sight in 1 inch high. Now the 5.56. See, some of these you can just sight in dead nuts. Here's the VMAX information for some of you who shoot the VMAX bullet. Now for people with SBRs, like I have a 11.5 inch upper on a 223, I'm just never going to meet any of these velocities. So I'll have to play around with it. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Because I get my 30 mil rings this week. And I will get the scope mounted, all leveled up and secured. And then I believe this weekend, probably Friday, I'll get a few boxes of ammo and get my chronograph out, and I'll sight the optic in and get some velocities from the ammunition and just go from there. So I'll probably make an update to this optic about a week from now, just to give you an idea of my initial impressions as far as shooting and how do I like the optic, how do I like the reticle, things of that nature. And we can just go from there, I suppose. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good night.